Okay. New research. What should we go for? Well, that would be a very good thing to get. I also like the idea of going scientific theory for the public schools and the extra science. But the fact still remains that we're at war, and we need war machines. So we're going artillery. Besides, it'll really help for when we go to war with the Ottomans on account of, well, you know, they built the Great Wall, and artillery renders the Great Wall basically useless. I mean, other than the free wall it provides and the extra culture bonus, of course. Yeah. You can head down south. Start to, develop some of these old cities we haven't been developing very much. Boston could definitely use some extra development. Suleiman made peace with Alexander. Right. I remember all this. Alexander entered the Industrial Age. Boston could... Just a minute. Where do they have their citizens working? Any place I could improve? To make it into a farm so they would grow more? No, doesn't look like it. Well, let's just build some farms anyways. Even though we've already got, too much unhappiness. Not going to be able to deal with that effectively. Yeah, Fruskagora Monastery. I'd go production, but that's not going to be a production city. I mean, we can't control what it produces because it's a puppet, so... Yeah. Not a production city. Spartacus. I'm thinking let's get you on the Artists Guild. Yes. If we can get an artist before we advance to the next age, we'll be able to double that bonus in the museum in Belgrade. And it'll be a while before we advance to the next age, so... Definitely an investment worth taking, and I want to look at the Battle of the Desert of Ufa. I keep changing the name of the battle slightly each time. But you get it. It's a desert, we're at Ufa. It's the Battle of the Desert that's at Ufa. And... I don't want to sound too confident, but I kind of think that we're winning. Okay. He healed his weaker infantry, moved his riflemen into a position where they will be unable to attack. They did shoot my Gatling guns with their Gatling guns, but unfortunately they were unable to defeat it, and I have more Gatling guns than they do. So, boom, you're dead. Oh, they're not dead yet. Well, these guys will be in a great position to attack my cannons next turn, so I think it should be of the utmost priority that we try to kill these riflemen first. Riflemen are down. Turn Mikhailovich, please fortify. You are our war hero after all. And Eugene of Savoy is still within range, but we'll want to move him up pretty soon. Actually, Turin, why don't we upgrade you? Yes. Move you up. Okay, now I feel okay with moving up Eugene. Just want to avoid having your, your generals in a position where they're not being protected by a military unit. Spartacus, hold your ground. Belgium is starting to look like they're running out of steam. Whether or not they actually are is up for debate, but one thing is fairly certain. We are not running out of steam. No, not Belgrade. Novi Sad. Novi Sad, can I change your production? Can we afford to do that yet? Like, you don't have a circus? Yeah, definitely get me a circus. And after that, the stoneworks. Get as much happiness as we can. We're going to need it. And badly. And then an opera house. Happiness, happiness, happiness. Now, we lost open borders with the Americans. That's unfortunate, but at this point, well, we don't need them. We don't need their open borders. I mean, if they'd be willing to give us open borders again, I'd definitely take it. But we can get around them. Should get around to disbanding another units soon. But, you, sir, please just continue building the trading post. And next turn. What are you going to do next? Yeah. I think they're being a bit deceptive when it comes to, you know, the Belgians' military prowess. Like, they had 13 cities when I attacked them. They would need... You would expect them to have a way larger military than, you know, the one we've been fighting. And you'd expect them to be constantly producing more units, because, hell, that's what we're doing here in Serbia. They're pulling back. The cowards. We're gonna want to besiege Ufa soon. Yeah, that's great. But the problem is, they've still got a lot of units around there, so if we move in, we'd have to fight the units first, and while we're doing that, the city would attack us. So I think a wise choice would be to consolidate our power west of the border before we make any kind of move. If we're lucky, they'll be dumb enough to come in for another attack. Although, you know what I'd kind of like to see? Ah, this city, Smolensk. Okay, what the hell? Belgium, why do you have so many Russian cities? I mean, I can't imagine the Russians settled here. I mean, the city's not a puppet and it's not occupied, so... that would indicate that it was probably founded by you. I mean, I think that's what happened with Yekaterinburg. Probably has something to do with the, you know, the fact that the game fucked up and decided they thought this was Soviet Union. I mean, still they do have Belgian cities, Brussels and Antwerp. They've got Leeds, that's a British city. I'm liberating that. I'm definitely liberating Leeds. I don't particularly want Leeds. Well, even Belgium's core provinces are very nearby to tundra. But, you know, in need of a quick kill. You're done. Disband. Disbanding is the only hope we have at the moment. For any semblance of a victory. What am I doing with this guy?